It's going to be a partly cloudy and hot day for much of South Africa's interior, with thunder showers expected in particular over the central parts of the country. Along the south coast, a very weak cold front moves through for the first half of the day, and behind it an onshore flow develops and eventually brings with it cloudy skies into this evening and a small chance of rain. A cold front will be approaching the western coastline of South Africa. No rainfall expected just yet, but into the very early hours of tomorrow morning, there's a small chance of rain over the southwestern Cape. The South African Weather Service has issued 3 alerts for today associated with very high temperatures. The first is a warning for extremely hot and uncomfortable conditions over parts of the northern, western and eastern Cape, as well as parts of KwaZulu-Natal. A second warning is for the persistence of a heat wave over the Karoo areas of the western Cape for today. And the third and final alert is a high fire danger expected over the western interior of the eastern Cape. Moving ahead now to rainfall probabilities, where we're expecting thunder showers over much of central South Africa, isolated for most areas, as well as a few thunder showers possible extending towards the eastern Cape coastline. Scattered thunderstorms, on the other hand, extend from the northwest province into the central and western Free State and the mountainous parts of the eastern Cape this afternoon. Just a very slight chance of evening rainfall settling in for the Garden Route as well as the adjacent mountains. Let's move ahead now to maximum temperatures, where we're expecting it to be very hot to extremely hot over the western parts of South Africa, into the 40s for Graaf-Reinet as well as Uppington, upper 30s for the western Free State as well as for Kimberley, and we're expecting similar temperatures for Pretoria and Pietermaritzburg over the eastern interior, but cooler along the western Cape coastline, 26 degrees for Cape Town as well as George. Westerly flows already affecting the west coast of South Africa today ahead of that cold front. Moderate wind speeds expected as well as moderate swells with a height of 2 meters. Further south, we're expecting northwesterly winds between Cape Town and Hermanus between 25 and 35 kilometers per hour. Fresh westerlies for Cape Agulhas, and not much to speak of regarding swells, 2 meters across that area as well. Along our south coast, we're expecting another day with southwesterly winds from Mossel Bay all the way through to Port Elizabeth, swell heights averaging at 2 meters coming in from the southwest, and high tide this afternoon just before 5 p.m. And finally, along the eastern coastline of the country, northeasterly winds extend from Richards Bay all the way through to East London, fresh along the northern KwaZulu-Natal coastline, swells coming in from the northeast as well, but very light with a height of only 1.5 meters.